It's no secret that Canadian real estate prices went up dramatically over the last couple of years, and you might be wondering, what exactly do those prices look like today? I'm Michael Ouzas. I'm a realtor in the Greater Toronto Area. I'd love to hear your thoughts on where you think prices are today for your given market. If you ever want to book in a call with me, click on that first link in the description down below. This article is brought to us by Zoocasa. It was written by Daniel Crook, and it says, "Purchased a home during the pandemic. Here's how much it's worth now." The article starts out saying historically low interest rates cushioned the blow of tight inventory during the pandemic. As a result, increased activity and demand for homes was high, led to homes selling seemingly overnight, kept prices high, with interest rates that have increased 10 times since March of last year. This has caused prices to fluctuate slightly, although on a national level, they were up again in August of 2023. So before we jump into what each market has been doing specifically across Canada. So when the September numbers came out, the months of inventory on average for the Greater Toronto Area was just over 4. But if you're looking for a condo in downtown Toronto, that number was over 7 months of inventory. And I know months of inventory is a number that gets tossed around, but basically the way to think about it, it would take us about 7 months to go through all the existing inventory on the market. Typical for the city of Toronto is anywhere between 2 and 3, and during the height of the pricing, we were around 1 month of inventory. So here's how home prices have changed in the last 3 years and compared to how the 5-year fixed rate has also changed in that time. Interest rate changes by the Bank of Canada have been marked on each line. The average national home price is in red and the 5-year fixed rate is in blue. In January of 2020, the average price nationally was $535,400 and the 5-year fixed rate was 2.49%. As we went into March 2020, which we know was the start of many shutdowns around the country, especially here in Toronto, that interest rate fell right away to 2.24%, and the average home price increased just under 20 grand to basically 553,000. As rates continued to drop through the course of 2020 and into 2021, prices started taking off as we went through. And as of April of 2022, which was close to the peak, February was the peak for the city of Toronto, that price was at $843,800, just about $300,000 more than the average price in January of 2020. Interest rates were at 3.0%. This is when they started climbing through 2022. As we went along into the new year, that average price dropped to $705,000, so about $140,000 drop from April of 2022, but still about $170,000 more than what the property would have been worth in January of 2020. Interest rates in December 2022 were at 4.54%, have kind of hovered throughout the start of the year. These rates decreased a little bit as we've gone through the course of 2023. And then we saw a rise in pricing from January 2023 into May and June. We're seeing this rate at 4.94% on the 5-year fixed rate, and the average price just under $760,000. And these are from July of 2023. So we take a look at the graph for the country. These are various regions in each province and most of the major regions across the board. So we have Greater Vancouver, 2020 home price was about $947,000, just under. The 2023 home price just over 1.2 million. So give or take about $150,000 increase since 2020. If we go cross country to the far east side, we have St. John's. Average home price in 2020 was $280,000. Average 2023 price $338,000. So about $120,000 increase there as well. And we're kind of seeing the same story, give or take, throughout the board. Halifax up almost $200,000, and St. John, New Brunswick up about $100,000. If we come a little closer to home here in Toronto, the average home price in 2020 was $860,700, whereas the average home price in 2023, and these are the July numbers, keep in mind, $1.141,400. So the difference in the Greater Toronto Area from 2020 to 2023, almost $120,000, give or take. If you look at areas like London, we're talking $150,000 increase, Kitchener's here, and Hamilton, almost a $200,000 increase in the city of Hamilton. And this includes Hamilton, Burlington, which is important to note because Burlington definitely brings this price point higher than just the city of Hamilton alone. 2022 was the peak in most markets. And if we're seeing where things were from 2021, it's a pretty big gap across the board. Now, if we look at the last year specifically, some markets have actually gone down in value. Victoria down just over 18,000. Barrie District down about 5,000, Edmonton down almost 15,000. We can see the rest of the numbers here. In the city of Toronto, up about 27,000 across the board. But keep in mind, these prices are from July, and these prices are different now as we've gone through September, and we're halfway through the month of October. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below on what you think about the fall market so far, where you think things are heading as we go into the winter, which is generally a slower time for Canadian real estate. I'm Michael Ouzas. Thanks for watching.